We are live to join the conversation. Welcome, welcome. We know we're a bit late today, but we just said let's do it. So welcome to join the conversation. I'm so excited that you agreed to be part of this. And I trust that you're going to inspire and also transform and heal those with your message, those who will be joining in. And if you're joining in, do say hello on the chats. And if you've got questions for our guest, that is Mpho, do that. I'm 𝗝cie_𝗶𝘀𝗀. I'm a life transformation coach, also an NLP practitioner. I'm also a metallurgical engineer. So do send hellos so that my guests feel welcome. I can't do this alone. So we're streaming live to LinkedIn, to YouTube, and also to Facebook. And if you're going to listen to this as a recording, type that you were listening again. You were listening to the recording and ask any questions that might have come through. So welcome, Mpho. Who are you?
Thank you for welcoming me. I just want to quickly apologize to the people who logged on, all my people that logged on at 4 who are looking forward to this, who are slightly late. So sorry, guys. Technology and me. I take all the blame. So,
yes, so welcome to Mpho's friends and family. I know you've Hi, Mpho.
Hi, I don't know what happened.
No, that's technology, but anyway, we are here. Welcome. We've got Sanga. I don't know. Can you type your name? Somebody's saying hello to my sis. I think just referring to you. So welcome. So tell us who you are. We had a technical glitch, but we are back. So tell us, who are you?
Yes. So I'm a therapist. My practice is, I'm known for being 𝗖cie_𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗏 Mneno, but I prefer Mpho Mneno. So as a therapist, a lot of people call me 𝗖cie_𝗶𝗀 because that's my practice name. I have a practice in Umtata and in Durban, even though I have neglected the practice in Durban a bit because the demand was too high in Umtata. And I own a wellness called Whole You Wellness. What that means, we have a concept of saying you must just breathe, heal, and be whole. And that's how I run my practice as well, by just helping people heal from their inner wounds, from their past traumas, from their current wounds as well. And breathing is just pausing, from the loudness of society, loudness of your daily survival mode, and becoming whole is my ultimate goal. Seeing you picking up the pieces of yourself together and becoming a whole you, like what my wellness says, a whole you wellness. And then I'm also a global citizen member. We do a lot of philanthropy. I do facilitation in wellness under the global citizenship. And then I'm a qualified global citizen member. And I also do a lot of work with UNICEF. I just recently started. Our first project is in Kenya, which will be next month, just helping little girls know who they are. So that's basically me in a nutshell.
Thank you so much. I just love the slogan of your practice, heal, breathe, and grow. It's so beautiful. And thank you
And
for
behold.
doing it.
And behold.
And behold, yes. And thank you for sharing your projects that you're busy with. And thank you to Mpho's friends who have joined in. If you've got questions for her, and those who are not her friends, you're welcome to send questions.
I think my sister is in line.
Yes, I see. Hello. So just moving further, what is the message to everyone who's listening and those who are going through the most, because your work is very deep, because you look holistically at a person. What can you say to them?
Whew, we're approaching August, which is Women's Month, but I hate to only speak about women because I sit across a lot of males who are fighting their internal emotions as well. And so I try to also include them, the inclusion. So the women must excuse me. So I like to make an inclusion of males as well, because the suicide rate of males is quite high at the moment. And 80% of my clients are males, which is a great turnaround in the therapy space, because previously it was just women, and now, because men don't like to talk about their emotions, they've been taught and they've been conditioned that they're stronger. So my message is not only for women, it's also both males and women, to just take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Self-care is not luxury. It is it's a birthright, you know. Don't feel like by taking care of yourself you're doing something wrong. I have a problem of feeling guilty when I take care of myself, and I think a lot of people can relate. So self-care is the ultimate necessity. And look after yourself. Mental health, do checks up with yourself, see if you're okay, and know that no is a full sentence. I try to teach my kids that all the time. No is a full sentence, without feeling guilty. If it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't feel right for you, just say no. Excuse yourself and remove yourself. So I'm going to talk more about self-care today, more than anything else, because I feel like it's important to look after yourselves, because we are working with inner childhood wounds. We are working with trauma from home. We are working from trauma from society and what is happening around the world. In South Africa, foreigners have been kicked out. So that is affecting us as well. So we're not okay. And we're just on survival mode on a daily basis. You only breathe when you're sleeping. So I want people to just breathe. Take a pause. If you don't feel like going to work, don't go to work. Stay at home, look after yourself, and breathe. And know there's people like myself who are just a phone call away, because I also take Zoom sessions. I also do Zoom sessions. There are people like myself who are just a phone call away, dedicate our entire lives in helping other people focus at work, take care of their mental health, and we're there. Help is there. It's just that people don't know how to access it. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I was just saying thank you so much. I love when you say self-care is your birthright. That is, wow, it's so profound. Thank you so much. And I trust everyone, they're going to own that, to know that self-care is their birthright. So in terms of what you mentioned that you do, why did you share that message? Why is it so important to you?
Most every therapist, to become a therapist, you have to go through some type of incident in your life. We are healers because we've been hurt, and we need to heal some part of ourselves, and therefore you get into the healing space to make other people feel better. It's so important to me because I want to share a little story. In 2010, I went through a serious depression. in my life, and which led me to try and commit suicide. I always share this story because it's so important for people to know that you can restart your life. You can reset that button and take care of yourself and live a beautiful, full, whole life like I do now. So I tried to take my own life, and I was on antidepressants, high schedule, and I didn't see the light. You know, I was in such a dark space. And that made me realize, I think, look, I had a son. My son was just 2 years at the time. Looking at him every day and thinking what could have happened made me press that restart button and start afresh and make sure that I do things better for myself. And from there onwards, I started taking care of myself. I started going to doing programs that will empower my brain, because for me, it's healing your brain before you heal your heart, right? And I believe that, because I do neuropsychology as well, I believe that the brain is the engine. You take care of your brain, every part of your body is okay. So I had to heal my brain and how I function and how I think. My thought process had to change completely and take care of myself and heal from within. And then before I become a mom, before I become a wife to my husband, before I become a sibling to my siblings, before I become a friend to people, I had to heal myself as well, because we wear so many hats, and at times that's exhausting. And women, traditionally, they've been conditioned to carry that strength as a badge of honor, you know. And I think for some men as well. And I had to let go of that badge. I had to know that my strength comes from being vulnerable. And I had to let go and give in and say, I need help. When I did that, that's when healing started happening. And I knew I wanted to send this message across. And I knew that I wanted to heal a lot of people in my space as well and in my practice.
Thank you so much for being vulnerable. And it just shows that when you go, because some people won't go to someone who hasn't experienced what they are going through. So already when they hear that you have experienced it, already their healing has started. They feel safe as well. And thank you for being vulnerable with us in terms of that. My follow-up question is, what are the current trends in terms of the people who come and see you? What are the themes that people need to be aware of, which maybe there might be stigma around it? What are those?
There is definitely stigma around therapy. Coming for help and doing therapy, it's seen as I don't want to say this and hurt other people. It's a racial thing. It's seen as a white thing. It's not for Black people, and Black societies, they say there's no depression, you know. And I did a lot of therapy with kids in St. John's College last year, and they were all telling me the same thing. Their moms will be like, "What is depression? Can you even spell the word depression?" So it's almost as if it's not our culture to be vulnerable. We need to be strong all the time, and that is coming to therapy is a stigma. And secondly, suicide is a big stigma, and it's being hidden. Parents are hiding it, that their kids have done this. Wives are hiding that their husband, in the cause of death, it will be hidden that it was suicide. It's such a big stigma, and people that come to me, they carry the shame with them, and you can see that already while they're speaking to you, there's this sense of shame that they carry with them to say, I shouldn't have done this, and I'm sorry. And I'll be like, don't apologize. You know, it's a mental health issue. You're not aware when you're doing it. You're not aware when you have depression, and the stigma is there. And thirdly, what I've noticed, especially in the area that I'm in right now, the stigma with men being weak. They are raised to be strong. And they'll be telling me that as a Black man, I cannot be weak. I need to carry my family. Of course, you need to carry your family, but you have to be vulnerable as well. You're human. Your emotions, they work the same as a female emotions. So there's no difference between us in terms of our emotions. So why should you carry the burden of being strong for everyone in the family? When you can talk to someone, you can talk to your family members, you can talk to your mom. If you have a mom, you can talk to your siblings, you can talk to your wife. So especially married men, they struggle to talk about their emotions. So therapy is a stigma. So a lot of them will hide that they come into therapy. It's a secret. And I realized that, oh my goodness, we have stigmatized therapy so much. We've stigmatized depression so much and even joke about it so much that people feel ashamed to even reach out for help. And another thing, Shudu, I think the patriarchal system that we grew up around as women has led to a lot of women feeling the way that they're feeling right now. Society has, I don't want to say favored men a lot in terms of jobs, in terms of households, in terms of everything that we do. It's even when we talk about the family structure, they will say the man is the head of the house and you are the neck, and you find women coming to me with that concept to say, my husband is the leader of the house. I don't have a voice in my household. In 2026, we still get people that think like that, and it's not their fault. It's the patriarchal system that is instilled, that is so deep rooted in our system that it will take years for us to actually get rid of, because the hierarchy has been drafted in such a way that the man is always at the top and you as the woman, you are right at the bottom. And now us trying to change that, it will take you and me, Shudu, to actually start breaking those things and start breaking those walls brick by brick, to show people that you have strength within you. You don't need a knight in shining armor to become yourself. You don't need a man to become yourself as a woman. Coming to Women's Month, I want to tell women that you don't need a knight in shining armor to rescue you. You don't need to be a Cinderella or a damsel in distress to pick up yourself and find your own voice. We have a high rate in GBV. It's because women have found their voices and a lot of men are angry. So we need to do a lot of awarenesses to males as well, to say women are just as human as you. They have equal rights as you. They need to speak up about their emotions without you being angry, without triggering you into thinking that you are the superior person to your spouse or to your girlfriend, to your partner. You need to understand that we have equal rights when it comes to talking and speaking out. I don't know about the systems in their houses, people's systems in their houses, but when it comes to emotions and speaking out in your mental space, in your mental health, you need to talk. There is no system there. You need to talk, you need to voice out what your emotions without fearing that you're undermining your spouse's authority. You see what I mean?
Yes, I see. Yeah. Once you're chatting, there's a comment on YouTube's grew up being conditioned men play a better role in society than us. So true, Mpho. Yes. Thank you for the comment. You mentioned when I was asking the themes that are coming, for someone who hears about depression, how can you define depression in our layman language so that a grade 2 can understand what they are going through? Because at times we use this bombarding words and someone says, I still don't understand what she's talking about. What can you say? How can you define depression so that someone can say, oh, this is what is happening to me, so I need help?
Yeah. So I always like to explain it in a very simple way. My son once asked me what depression was, and explaining it to my clients and other people is all. I always simplify it without using the big words. I always say, when you're shrinking and you feel like you're so small in such a big room that's dark, and you can't find any light around you. It's so dark and you feel like you're so small. And my son will be like, yes, mom, sometimes I feel like that at school. Titi, that's when your brain, that's depression. Your brain is telling you it can't cope. You can't wake up in the morning. Everything is dark around you. My sister usually has a phrase when I know she's tapping into a stress. She'll say, Mpho, I feel so small. I feel so small in such a big world. And then she'll have tears in her eyes. And then I know she's tapping into stress. It kicks in. It doesn't start as depression, like we call it. It starts small. It starts by you not being able to wake up in the morning. It starts by you not being able to wake up. And then it becomes this whole thing, which is what we call depression.
Mpho, can you hear me? Hello? Mpho?
Come in.
Okay, I can hear you
Sorry,
now.
I lost power.
Okay, that's okay.
I
It's
lost
life, it happens.
power.
It's okay. But I can still see you. We can
I
still
don't
hear
know.
you.
It's the area in South Africa. Can you see me? Okay, we lost power, so I had to improvise. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. So you were telling us about the signs of depression. Maybe you can just recap on
So
that.
it starts in stages, Shudu. It's in the morning. You, yeah. Can you hear me? Oh my God.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. So I was saying that I hope that people can actually hear me while listening. It starts small. It starts by you not being able to wake up in the morning. It starts by not being able to bath. It starts by losing interest in people that call you, start avoiding calls. And you start having some eating disorder. Some people we will eat a lot. Some people will not eat at all. You lose your appetite changes completely. It depends on your immune system. If you're an eater, you'll tend to eat more. If you don't eat, you're not an eater, you'll tend to restrict yourself from food altogether. So, and then it builds up until you can no longer control it, until there's complete darkness in your brain. Like I always like to refer to my incident when I was in deep depression. I don't remember trying to commit suicide, but I do remember waking up in hospital. Leading to the time of me taking those pills, I don't remember. Everything is blank. So my brain completely shut down. But there were phases. My body was indicating something is wrong because I've lost interest. I was crying a lot. So it builds up until it becomes this whole thing, which is what we call depression.
Thank you for sharing that. I trust everyone understands. And there's this myth of saying people who've got cognitive ability, and I'd like you to break it down because we normally use that word, cognitive ability. They feel like they can never be depressed. Can you just demystify that myth?
That is a myth. That is a myth. Because with your brain, this is how your brain functions should do, and how these hormones functions when it comes to joy and excitement. Your brain will release a hormone called dopamine, right? That's for excitement, that's for joy, it's for all the good feels that we feel in our hearts. And then it will also release a hormone called serotonin. That's also for happiness, that's affection, that's for the hugs, that's all the good feels that we feel. So when you have less of the dopamine hormone and the serotonin hormone, that happens to everyone, be it you have the cognitive abilities or not. When you have less of that, you will feel sad. So now what happens is, that is why the psychiatrist and the psychologist will always give you those pills. Those pills, they have those hormones, the serotonin, the dopamine, to increase those levels in your brain, to feel good, to sleep more, and to have the normal good feels that you're supposed to feel. So when you have less of those two hormones in your brain, you start feeling sad. So the myth with cognitive levels and it's truly a myth, Shudu. There is no one, there is absolutely no one with the human body, with the human anatomy, that can function without those two hormones in their brain. And we all have them. No matter how strong you think you are, no matter how wise you think you are, we all have those, because our brains are designed the same way.
Well, thank you so much for that. And to those who just joined, just type replay as well. And if you like to be part of join the conversation, do send me a message. I still have got slots throughout, so I'll be running this throughout from July until August. And I trust, because sometimes knowledge, some people, they lack knowledge, and we trust with this conversation, we're changing the mindset, we're increasing knowledge so that people can make informed decisions. Because at times you find people, they make wrong decisions because they are not informed. And I trust with every guest who's coming through to join the conversation, they're helping you to think differently and for you to be a different person. So if you are someone who's called to come and share and inspire us and others, do send me a message, be part of join the conversation. So moving further to our guest, Mpho.
Yeah.
What else would you like to share? What is in your heart? What else is in your heart so that you feel like it needs to be said today?
I think I'll move forward with the initial theme, to say to people, pause, heal, and be you, be whole. It goes with my wellness theme. Just pause, breathe, heal, and be whole. We live in a society that's fast paced. We want to prove that we're busy. We want to prove to social media that we have a life and we've made it. We want to prove to our peers that we've made it. No one wants to look like they're slacking behind. And social media is taking over. And what we always see on social media is not a true reflection of what's happening in our lives. So I always encourage people to just pause, be away, stay away from social media for a while, and try to heal. Whatever it is that's going on with you, talk about it. That's how you heal. Talk about it. Try to silence your brain. How I silence my brain is by meditation. Silence your brain and aim to become whole all the time. Because if you are going to chase social media, if you're going to chase social status, if you're going to chase societal roles, if you're going to chase the buzz of being busy and looking like you've made it, it's going to deplete you. At the end of the day, you will drown yourself dry and your cup will eventually become empty. And that's when the darkness in your brain starts kicking in. That's when the depression starts kicking in. So pause and understand your own pace and work at your own pace. And it's okay to say, look, Shudu, I'm not okay. It's okay to call a friend and say, I'm not okay. I'm not coping. It's okay to say, I'm not where I thought I would be in my life right now. I'm not doing well. I need help. It's okay to let us not be fooled by what we see on our social statuses. So I want to challenge everyone listening today to focus on yourself, focus on your mental health, focus on your healing, and pause and take breaks from social media. That is okay.
Thank you so much. I just wanna to support what you just mentioned. I'm on LinkedIn and I know we are live there. There's a guy called James 𝗝cie_HEC𝗶𝗄. He shared a message and said by 2021, 26, we will all be gone, buried alongside our loved ones. The homes we worked so hard to build will belong to strangers. The possessions we once valued, the cars, the watches, the status symbols, will be obsolete, forgotten, or collecting dust in someone's attic. Even our names will fade. How many of us remember our great grandfather's father? How often do we think of him? After a few years, we become just a framed photo on a shelf until eventually even that disappears. If we truly reflected on this, we'd realize how fleeting our ambitions are. We chase success, wealth, and recognition, often at the cost of what truly matters. But what if we lived differently? What if we prioritize moments over milestones? The walks we never took, the hugs we didn't give, the laughter we postponed. These are the things that make life meaningful. Yet so many waste their days on greed, ego, and self interest. Life is a gift. Every minute is priceless, and it will never come again. Take time to live, love, and be grateful, because in the end, that's all that's really counts. Thank you. So I thought as you're talking, let me share this because it resonates with your message.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. That's how I live my life. That's my philosophy. One last story before you say goodbye to me, because I'm talking about a topic that I love. I hope I'm not wasting anyone's time. So I have a three Buddhist statues in my household, and then the one says it has this, the other one has this, and the other one has this. So my son was like, "Mom, are you worshiping idols? Why do we have the Buddhists in our house?" And I had to share a little story with him that I want to quickly share. In 2012, when I was doing my healing journey, I was privileged enough to go to India, and we would always lie to my family members and say we're taking a trip to Mauritius, and because we didn't want to tell anyone that I was going through some healing journey. And so my husband and I took a trip to India, and then we went to this temple where Buddhists are. That's why I love the Buddhist culture and their way of life, because they're all about peace and meaningful life and mindfulness. So when I was there, it was a silent retreat. And they made us keep quiet for 7 days, which was a challenge for my husband, but it came natural to me because I needed to quiet my brain. And when we left, the Buddhist asked me, "What is the one thing that you learned after 7 days of keeping quiet?" I said, for the first 3 days, I didn't learn anything because I wanted to speak out so much. My brain was just going crazy and I wanted food. It was just torture. And then he said, and then I said, after I would fall asleep all the time because I wasn't saying anything. And eventually my brain was just silent. It was just dark and I would just fall asleep. And then he says, the philosophy in life. When you've mastered the art of silencing and quieting your brain, your body relaxes. You fall asleep easily without taking sleeping tablets. Your body says, we are okay, because your brain is okay. So learn and master the art of silencing your brain. And he says, he did a beautiful thing with me. He touched my heart, and then he said, I must touch his, and says, my soul recognizes your soul. So when you see someone, whoever you see in the future, look at them in the eye, to give them that attention, to say, I see you, because you don't know what they're going through. So everyone watching today, whoever you see, before you judge, see people for who they are and what they're going through, and say kind things with your mouth. Try not to see negative in judgment, negative, and try not to hear anything negative about them or believing things about them that you don't know about. So before you judge, before you believe, say kindness with your mouth.
A mouthful. So I still need to go to India, because you challenged me to go to India. So I guess today, hearing your India trip, now I need to action that. Yeah, thank you so much. And Ingrid as well says, she's saying thank you for sharing such a personal experience. And thank you, Ingrid. To everyone who's joined in, just tag your friends, because I believe today's topic touch on so many areas that we ignore as well. And all of us, as Mpho has said, we do experience depression. It's part of being human. It doesn't say if you, like I say, cognitive ability, you won't be sick, you won't experience death. We all experience life, so it's so important. And if you've got any questions, type it down. And anyone wants to be part of these discussions, to be interviewed by me, do join. I'm running this until end of August. So also you can send a WhatsApp to 060-508-6165. So if you're interested, because we believe we need to heal. There's so much that is happening in our country at the moment. Someone say only 10 people are listening to you. It's not 10. Those 10 people, they're going to change lives of other 1,000 people that they interact with on a daily basis. And thank you for showing up. And thank you, Mpho. How does one reach out to you? Because I know you're everywhere, but how does one reach out to you so that we can continue planting seeds and helping people to transform their lives?
So for now, you can contact me via my mobile cell number, which is 083 5439 507. 083 5439 507. I'm available Monday to Sunday. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling like you can't cope, don't be scared to call that number. I will be available for you. And then I have an email address as well, wholeyouwellness@outlook.com. wholeyouwellness@outlook.com. At the moment, I don't have a social media platform. I'm slowly getting there, guys. Remember, I'm healing. I'm healing. So I do take breaks from social media. I'm slowly getting there. But right now, I practice person-centered therapy, which is one-on-one. I believe in connecting before we can actually connect on social media. It's a personal connection for me right now.
Okay. So I'm going to challenge you, Mpho, to type on your sides, Whole You Wellness. I didn't want to type it incorrectly. So you can type it. Yes. Yeah. And anyone who just joined, do you have any questions from Mpho before we close off today? I've been inspired. It's a great way to end Friday. And don't mind us, our faces. I'm on the road, so I'm doing this in the car. I didn't want to miss time. Yeah, so it's a busy Friday for me and all of us, but okay, I got the number. Let's see. Okay, let me copy it. Copy and then comment and then Mpho Mneno. Okay. And any final words as we end this live?
Simple. Heal, breathe, and be whole.
Heal, breathe, and behold. You heard her, guys. So I'm 𝗝cie𝗶𝗵. I'm a life transformation coach. So I met Mpho through this work that I do, which was 3 years ago. And I'm so grateful that I've met her as well. So also I'm a life coach. So if you are feeling stuck or you're lost, or you are looking for someone to facilitate employee wellness, or there's employee wellness, or you need someone to do transformational talks, because I've got an engineering background as well, to inspire those young people, do reach out to me as well. So with that being said, do join us on Monday. We've got another live. Continue listening. Do tag your friends on this YouTube. And also when Mpho opens her social media, you'll find this video on her YouTube as well. That is the beauty of the system that you are using, that a person can still get access to their recording, and then they'll be able to share. And tag those you believe needs to hear this, because whatever we heard, for me, yeah, I learned so much, and I'm so grateful. And thank you to everyone. And thank you to you, Mpho. I know it has been a busy day with clients, and you gave us your hour to be with us. We're very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you, 𝗝cie. Thank you for the invite. It means a lot to me. And we actually met 4 years ago.
Yes, 4 years ago.
4 years ago. It's a beautiful story on how we met. It was at the beach. We were doing our morning walks, and I want people to know this, that you can meet the most incredible people in strange places. I met her to a friend, and after, when we were leaving, and I said to her, 𝗝cie, there's a reason why you and I met, and I feel this is a lifetime. So you can meet people anywhere, and if it feels right, the connections feels right, energy doesn't lie, it feels right.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, I know. I can't wait to see you in December. So guys, I'm gonna see you. Those who are in Eastern Cape, I'll be there in person, so I'll be there. And Sanga says, I just want to tell her we appreciate her. So they appreciate you, Mpho. And also for me to helping everyone to learn. For me, it's about, I like being a catalyst of change. Even if you just hear one word today, just implement it today, because you realize your life won't be the same. Because at times people are so scared to implement. They want to implement anything, but today just go and replay and just take one thing and implement it for the next 7 days. Do it continuously and listen and educate someone, mostly your kids. Because nowadays your kids have got gadgets, and at times you don't know who they're listening to. And you are the best person that they can listen to, because you are the foundation in their lives. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.